Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, excuse the mess and everything. Actually, I don't think you can see that much of the mess, but nonetheless, excuse the mess. I'm about to start packing for my trip, which is going to be tomorrow that I'm leaving to New York. And I know I didn't post last week, but I figured since I wouldn't be here this week on Friday, I would just combine them into one video for the 2 weeks. So, two topics. One, I want to talk about my New York trip, and number two, I want to talk about the new Morning Musume single, actually. The triple A-side. So, I actually, it's funny, because I just made a video, just finished recently making a video, I'm sure you guys saw it, about me complaining about Morning Musume and the direction they're going in, and about how I don't like what's going on, and while I'm enjoying the stuff, it's just, there's something about the depth that's missing. And then these three new singles come out, and one after the other, I'm just falling in love with them. And I am going to be forced to eat my words. It looks like my little theory about Sunku kind of getting everything set up for this grand change that's happening was actually true. That's exactly what happened. Like, actually, I like Chikibun, which is spelled as Tiki, but it's there is no T sound in Japanese. It's Ta Chi Tsu Te To. So, Chikibun is how it's pronounced. Which is onomatopoeia, by the way, for those of you who don't know, for DJ disc scratching. I know a lot of people are confused about that. That's why they're doing like this in the video. It's not really that complicated. But anyways, beside the point. So I actually really like it. The social statements that are being made in that are actually really nice. Reminds me of the Berries songs that I really liked. I kind of like it because while Tokyo Koi Sora Okoe was really beautiful, had a lot of good messages in it, it was a nice song that could be interpreted in different ways. I interpreted it as you know what, I'm not even going to talk about it because then I'll go on forever. Point being that it wasn't, I didn't feel like it was really a social statement. It was more of like an emotional statement, kind of talking about emotional states and feelings of a person, Whereas this, while it does convey that meaning, I felt like it was a lot more on a statement on our society, on the direction we're going, and what we need to do to improve ourselves. So I really like that. The video I thought was really boring, really dull, very basic. I'm really getting sick and tired of these very basic, boring dance videos. Like, they released a dance cut version. So why on earth, or dance shot version, why on earth do you need to make the music video pretty much just a dance shot with a couple of close-ups? That's been going on since I like Onna ga Medate Nase Ikanai. It's been going on since around that time. So Platinum era, mid-Platinum era, and it's just boring. There's nothing to it. Like, what happened to, like, Hyokori Tanjima, for example? That was a fun music video. Koi no Dance Side, that was a fun music video. And then you got this. It's just like, whatever. So, point being, the video was really boring. I actually really like the dance. I really love the outfits. It really lets it play around a little bit with a little waving cloth that they have on the side. That's really cool. I actually really like the dance. I'm hoping they perform it at the concert this Sunday. I'm sure they will, and it'll be glorious to see live in person. And the lyrics, as I said, the music I actually really like. It feels like a fusion of old Morning Musume with this new techno dance, electronic dance kind of feel that they've been going for lately. It feels like kind of fusion of the styles, which I really like. Actually. So I enjoyed it a lot. And then the next song, which is Shabba Dabba Doo, which is Sayu's graduation single. Love it. I heard that next on the list, and it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Like, Sayu's not the greatest of singers. She's always known that. We've always known that. She's got the charm. She's got the character, and as a result, we all love her. She's got the leadership. She's funny. She's a pleasant character. It's just, why would you not like her? So she's always been loved, even though she's not been the greatest of I always leave my phone's volume on. So even though she's not been one of the greatest as far as talent goes with singing, which is interesting where her career will go next, but that's, once again, another topic for another discussion. So I really liked that it was very personal. Like, she talks about herself in, like, the first half of the song, or the first quarter of the song. She kind of talks about herself and her shortcomings. Like, for example, she mentions in the song that she can't sing. Things like that. And then the second half of the song or the second and third quarters is more about, like, a little bit of retrospect. And then the last quarter of the song is more about, like, looking forward. I really like that. The progression that it went through, the personality, the feel. I love the really cute feel. The music video is actually pretty good. I like it a lot. And I like the way that yeah, it's a lot of auto-tune, which we figure out of her, but it really fits her style in that very slight jazz kind of feel with the very old school type of clothing that she wears with the new modern like Japanese cute kind of combined. Um, I think it's funny mentioning that old thing again, where she kind of plays on that theme of she's getting old and everybody else is around her is young and she needs to move on. You know, and I think that was funny. Once again, it hit me right here personally since I'm her age and I kind of went through the same thing recently, still am kind of. Um, so I like that a lot. It was a very well done song. I know a lot of people don't like the song, but most people I know who don't like the song still appreciate it for what it is, which is a really good statement and a really good play on her style. It's a really good way to go out. And honestly, as far as graduation singles go or graduation songs go, this is definitely equal on par with graduation single. Both of the songs, whenever I listen to them, Shabba Dabba Doo and her song, I always forget the name for some reason. I's song always hits me emotionally, and I love it. I love it. It hits me very well, and it's just like it's just really well done. They're both really well done. They really really speak worlds about their personalities and kind of make you feel like, hey, you know what? Like, yeah, they're moving on. They're leaving something precious to them, precious to us, but it was worth every minute, and we're proud of them, and they're proud of themselves. So it's cool. Like, I actually don't feel too bad with her leaving anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. Yeah, she's going on a short hiatus of showbiz, and who knows where she'll go after that. She probably wants to figure out what she wants to do with her life. But once again, that's another topic. When I come back, I'll probably have a Sayu discussion. So, the point being, I love the single. I loved it a lot. And the third one, which is the last one I saw finally on the list, Mikaeri Bijin. That one is wonderful. It is absolutely amazing. Like, while Sayu's is a goodbye song, this was lacking Sayu, so 9th, 10th, and 11th gen, and it's a farewell song to Sayu. So it's a very gracious, very calm, melodic, very emotional song. They're all dressed in kimonos, you know, where the way they're dancing, kind of like a little bit of a folk touch, with Japanese folk touch, with modern, like, ballad type of touch, with the little electronic mixed in. It was really interesting how Tsunku made the song, and the arranger, and you know, everybody who's involved, of course. It was a very interesting way to do it, and I liked it a lot. The music video is pretty nice. I kind of like how she tells a little story, which is nice. I'm just kind of curious why the main single for the AAA side got such a boring video while the other ones got really good ones. Because I still consider them B-sides, even though selling as a AAA side. Because really, realistically, Chikipun is the main front poster kid, you know, poster child. That's really what's the advertiser for the single. So, as a result, like, yeah, like I said, it is a AAA side because they're putting so much investment into all three of the songs. But Chikipun is really the main song. The other two are B-sides. In the way I look at it. Like I said, officially it's not, but that's what it feels like. So, I kind of like that. I liked the video a lot. It was very, very nice. But the biggest thing is, and I posted this on my Facebook for those of you that didn't see it, you'll hear it here anyways. The best way I can liken Mikaeri Bijin is that feeling you get when you watch Return of the King and Frodo and Bilbo get on the boat at the end and then sail off to the Grey Havens. And that feeling of, like, okay, like, happiness. You feel so happy for them. They finally finished their mission. They went through so much trouble, both of them. And after all of that, they finally found peace. It's kind of like when a very elderly person who's led a really fruitful life passes away from natural death. Same kind of concept, you know, like, you're going to miss them. They're something very important, very special to you. You're forever never going to forget them. You're always going to love them, regardless of what happens. But the fact is that they're gone. That's it. But at the same time, you're happy for them because they're moving on to something beyond life. Assuming that's what you believe. You know, I'm running on a limb here. I don't want to get into a religious discussion. Say you don't believe that. We'll just stick with the Lord of the Rings thing. Let's take religion out of this. Because honestly, that's I don't want to offend anybody. So the Return of the King thing. So they go off, you know, they're going off to another place, the Grey Havens, where it's nice, peaceful, very calm, very, it's non-antagonistic area at all. You know, none of this war or anything. No Sauron, none of that. It's just very peaceful where the elves are settling down and Frodo and Bilbo go with them. So you're happy for them. They found success, they found happiness, but at the same time they're leaving everything that's familiar to them. You know, Sam is staying back. You know, Aragorn is staying back. They all have to lead their lives. They're all going to face their own hardships. So it's kind of like a mix. That's how I feel about Mikai RPG. It's great, and it makes me really happy, but it makes me really depressed at the same time. And that's really impressive. I actually really like that. It's a very, very well done farewell to Sayu, and I can't wait to see the last like quarter of the song that they didn't do in the preview that they showed off. Very good triplet, and I'm very much looking forward to it. 12th Gen got announced recently. I don't know their names yet. One of them speaks English, which is really cool. And once Sayu leaves, because they're going to be part of Morning Musume 1.5, which means next year they'll start up, which will be after Sayu leaves, we'll be back to a 13-member group again, just like the 4th album. Which, by the way, even though the 9th is my favorite, I feel like the 4th is definitely the most fun album out of all of their albums. I love it. It holds a special place to me. And it was my favorite for the longest time, up until I finally was able to buy the 9th, and I heard it, and I liked the quality of it. But the 4th is freaking fun. It's awesome. It's just simple as that. So, I mean, as a result, like, I'm really excited that we're having a big group again. They're all young again. We have a lot of youthfulness. We have a lot of youthful energy. And the Tsunku's really tailored this direction the group has been going into very effectively, and it's really nice. So, honestly, I'm actually perfectly happy with being a Morning Musume fan right now. I'm looking forward to what's coming up next. And farewell to Sayu. We will miss her. We will always love her. She's brought a lot of good to this group, and that's it. That's an end of an era for me. She is the last one out of the group that I grew up listening to. Or grew up. Well, I guess I did grow up to an extent. Since 2005 I was listening, so she was in the group since I started listening, and yeah. And now she's going to be gone. So she was the last remnant of my Morning Musume. So we're going to be all brand new as of Morning Musume 1.5. And honestly, I'm not as uptight about it anymore. I'm cool with it. All the past members had their time. They did a wonderful job. Everybody. Even the ones who had scandal issues, like W, for example. Miki Fujimoto, who we all know really left because of her boyfriend. Because she wanted to be dating him, and then she got married to him, which is cool. But point being, her career was ended a little bit shorter than it really needed to be. She probably would have stayed longer if she wasn't interested in that guy. So, you know, various reasons, different people leaving earlier or later. Regardless, I think they all brought a lot of good to the group. Even Koharu, which I am not the biggest fan of, but there's a little story behind that. When I saw them perform at Anime Expo 2009, she was the only one who waved. She waved at me and blew me a little kiss when she was on stage because I was screaming and waving at them. And as a result, because of that, she holds a special place for me because she was cool enough to give me a wave and a kiss and acknowledge me. And that's good enough for me. So even though I don't think she's that good a singer, I don't think she's the prettiest, don't get me wrong. I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. She is pretty, but in my taste, she's not that good looking in my opinion. And I wasn't really that interested in her. I thought her cutesy, high-pitched attitude was a little bit lame and annoying, even though I liked Sayu. But I think she was a little excessive, kind of like Momoko. And then I still think she even brought a lot to the group and did a lot of good to it. Morning Musume wouldn't be where it is right now without every single one of the past members. Every single one. Whether you like them or hate them, every single one. So, that's it. Sayu's gone. She'll be gone November, I believe it is. Near the end of November. That's it. So that's the first topic. Like I said, this is going to be a long one. This is 2 episodes in one. Second topic, New York. So I'm leaving tomorrow night. Right now it's Wednesday, by the way. So tomorrow night is Thursday. Thursday night at 9 p.m., which is October the 2nd. October the 2nd is my flight out, leaving from California to New York, for those of you that don't know where I'm located. And this will be my first trip on my own. I'm scared, anxious, excited. I've never traveled on my own before. I mean, I've flown to visit my brother in Seattle or Davis. You know, I've driven with friends to San Francisco or Vegas, but I've never actually traveled alone, just like this. I'm going to New York alone. Yeah, I missed meeting Hiroshi-san there, but I mean, and we're gonna hang out. We'll be traveling together the whole time, hanging out there. But I mean, like, I'm traveling there by myself. You know, I'm getting there by myself. I'm gonna set up, wait till he comes, and then we'll hang out. And as cool as he is, he's still a complete stranger. Nothing, no offense to him. I mean, he's great. He's a cool guy, and I'm very much looking forward to hanging out with him. But we've never met in person, so my impressions of him are purely online. So it's gonna be like basically me hanging out with somebody I've never met and having a good time. So I look forward to it. It's gonna be really cool. I actually spent all last night setting up my game plan. I have a list of all of the places we're going to go. I have them numbered. I have maps printed out. I have everything ready to go. I have apps on my phone for the metro system. Everything ready to go. I have everything planned out. We're going to get it done. And I look forward to it. And the handshake event for the Morning Musume concert on Sunday is actually an hour and a half long, as opposed to the 30 minutes they did at Anime Expo last time they were here, back when it was Platinum era. I missed it. I was actually like 2 to 3 people before they closed the door. It made me really upset because I was really excited to go to that. I bought the ticket for Anime Expo and went there just for that concert. I didn't even care about anything else. Paid the parking and everything. It was really expensive back when I wasn't really working. So that was really tough. After all that, excuse me, I was really bummed out about what happened. And I actually saw C-Zone perform. I think C-Zone's a completely different group of girls now. But I saw them perform there after the disappointment, the handshake event. I got to meet them and talk to them, and that was really cool. They're really cool. They even featured my YouTube coverage of their little mini concert actually on their website, which, like I said, the whole entire website's changed, so it's not up anymore, but it was on there. But point being that I didn't get to meet them, and I was really disappointed because this means I never ever will get to have met I or Lisa, 2 of my favorite members, while they were in Morning Musume. Now, I will definitely go to one of their events when I'm in Japan later on. Absolutely. But I wish I could have met him there. But whatever. I got a wave and a kiss from Sayu. I mean, Sayu. That's all that's on my mind because she's graduating. Koharu, which is cool still. But yeah, point being, I didn't get into the handshake event. They cut it really short. It was really disorganized. They guaranteed everybody who had a ticket, who were people who bought like the first batch of their singles, into the handshake event, and only like 1/4 of us got in, which is a really small number. It was like 10 or 15 people. And I was just like, are you serious? That's ridiculous. It was really disorganized, and I was really upset about the way it was handled. So I'm really excited about this. It's an extra hour on top of what it was before. It's much more organized. This event is purely Morning Musume and Hello Project and Upfront sanctioned at the Best Buy Theater, so it's going to be a lot more focused. And so I think we'll be able to get in. And with Hiroshi-san's help, I think we'll be fine because he goes to these concerts all the time. He knows how to handle these situations. But they did also guarantee into the handshake event if you buy the CD, which is a commemorative CD with all the singles from 1 to 3 all the way to Password 0. So I have all of it, but I mean, I'll buy it anyways because it's special American print. And there'll be goods there too. I'm going to be getting the t-shirt. There's towels for each member. I'll be getting the Sayu towel. And if I can afford it, I'll probably get the... I don't know if I want Haruna or Sakura, actually. I can't afford both. So I have to think about it and figure out which one I want. But I'll probably get one more if I can afford it, and the set of pictures for sure. And I'll be getting some stuff for Rora, also Rora-chan, who is a good buddy of mine, who can't go because she's out of country and other various reasons. But point being, she can go, so I'm gonna get that stuff for her too. And yeah, so I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to go to New York. I've always wanted to go to New York. I'm a city boy. And I've been to Seattle. I loved it. I've been to LA. I loved it. I've been to San Francisco. I loved it. I've been to London. Been to Edinburgh. Loved both of them. Been to Bangalore. Been to New Delhi. Loved it. Bombay. Loved it. Vegas. Loved it. Washington D.C. You know, I'm like I said, I'm a city boy. Straightforward. And don't get me wrong, I love nature, but deep down, even though I'm pretty antisocial when it comes down to it, I love people, and I love being around people. I love culture. I like diversity. And so that's it. I'm looking forward to New York, and that's that. Um, so I'm not going to have any activity at all, really, from the 3rd to the 7th, which is a trip. Um, yeah. So with that, I'm going to, while I upload this video, I'm going to start packing so that tomorrow, when it comes around, I don't have to worry about anything. Thank you for watching, guys. Sorry for it being extremely lengthy, but like I said, it is 2 episodes combined in 1. So I'll have a full report when I come back. And if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I will post pictures on Instagram, which will automatically upload to Facebook as well. But other than that, most likely posts and stuff, I'm not going to be doing much. More focused on having fun. But, yeah, cool. Thank you for watching, guys, and wish me luck to meet them. And, oh, lastly, sorry, I forgot. I looked through a lot of interviews and stuff of Sayu to figure out what kind of stuff she likes, and there's a lot of cool stuff. But one thing really stood out to me, and I should have known this, having looked at her blog a lot recently and seeing how much she's been going to the factory, or whatever it's called, the Hello Kitty factory. So I made her a little bead art of a Hello Kitty. And there was a red version and a pink version. Actually, there was a red version. And I did the pink one. I changed it to pink since that's a color. I figured that would be a little more appropriate. So it's cute. I like it. I'm going to figure out while I'm packing how to actually pack this safely for her so that I can get this to her. This will be my gift to her. I wanted to make one for every member, but I didn't have the time because I was really cracking down on homework so that I would have everything done so that this vacation I wouldn't have to worry about anything. But that's okay. I'll probably send them letters and send them stuff later, but she's graduating. She deserves it more right now. If worse comes to worse, I can make gifts and bring them to the other members when I go to Japan later. Big deal. So, yeah. So, that's it. So, yeah. I'll see you guys around, and like I said, full report when I come back. And, yeah. Take care, guys. See you around. Good night.